gonna move on to our culture segment. On a little more serious note,
a lot more serious.
Note. There was a CMPD involved shooting at Burger King on Beatty'sford Road on the 25th of March, involving the young man Aquarius Franklin. He tragically passed away, and there was some controversy with the released tapes. And you guys want to kind of talk about your feelings on that?
I'll go first because it's the neighborhood that I know and love. It's the neighborhood I grew up in. I've been in that Burger King I don't know how many times after West Charlotte football games and just in general, man. So this is near and dear to my heart, and this is literally and figuratively close to me, man. I have so many feelings about this, and at the end of the day, it's another African American man killed by the police for whatever reason. I'm gonna say something that may be unpopular, and man, people may not like it, but I just believe it has to be said, and I do have more to say. So just don't take this statement and run with it, man. I have to say this, man. One of the first things I thought was, why are you in Burger King with a gun? Like, for what reason did you have to go to Burger King with a gun? And for whatever reason, people saw that gun. From the rumor is, we this is unsubstantiated. We don't know for sure, but the rumor is he had a girlfriend who was messing with another guy, and he went in there with a gun for whatever reason. And I have to ask again, was that a good reason to go into Burger King with the gun? You are a black man in a black neighborhood going into a public place with a gun. Either way, you have got to know it is not going to end in a good situation. Now, moving on from that statement and to talk about the actual event that took place. The video was posted, as we all know. I watched the video, and I'm mad at myself for watching the video because it is highly disturbing. It's a highly disturbing video that I kind of wish I wouldn't have watched, but at the same time, to understand the context of the story, it was probably necessary as well. It's from a black man's perspective, man. It's I just don't understand why police, why authorities always have the biggest issue with de-escalating tense issues with African American males. Not to say that Mr. Franklin was 100%, innocent in all this, but the question. This is also another question that has to be asked. Why is it always so tough to de-escalate situations with us and police authority? We've seen so many examples and so many times of white males who have weapons, who have done way worse things, who have been taken to Burger King after they've done them, who have been taken alive. There's another story that, and I don't even care about the entire details at the moment, but there's another story of another white male shooting 7 policemen and being taken alive.
Killing two of them.
Now we have Aquarius Franklin, and people can debate this all day long. To me, maybe it hardly matters. We all heard him say, "But you told me to. But you told me to put the gun down." If you look at the video, whatever your eyes see, because I don't know if people may be in denial, people may see something different. It appears he is trying to put the gun down. One thing that I have been thinking about this entire week, again, he put himself in that position, but at the same time, I cannot imagine the fear going through the fear he had with a gun being pointed at him. And you're looking at the gun at you, and you're trying to do the right thing. It's easy for anybody to say, "Man, how come he just didn't put the gun down?" He was trying to put the gun down. You're in a situation where you can't move. Let me say this. I want to tell everybody this. I have had a gun pointed at me by the police before. It is not a pleasant experience. You don't know what to do. I'm lucky to be sitting here today to talk about it. I don't know what could have happened on the plaza back in 1995, because I remember it. it's another situation where it's something we got to talk about. I ended there, man.
I honestly don't know what to say about this situation, but one of my biggest frustrations with the narrative of this situation right now is that this country has gotten so used to African American men being gunned down and killed by the police that the reaction isn't even the same anymore.
You feel like, I don't mean to cut you off. You feel like we're numb?
Yeah, I feel like we've gotten numb and we've gotten desensitized to it.
Right.
When Trayvon Martin and when Michael Brown was killed all those years ago, I mean, we were pissed. We were pissed the hell off. And, you know, some of us demonstrated and some of us on Facebook and y'all, and some of us were talking to, city councils. And now it's like we see it and we take 2 seconds to kind of like take a deep breath and we just put our heads out and then we move. Like the energy isn't the same.
It's like the energy has been sucked out of us.
And the response is go talk to the politician, because just last year, when during the voting and all that, we're always told to go vote for people who share your interests, because it's going to be those who fight for your interests. But to kind of get off subject, we have the RNC coming here next month, and that was a perfect opportunity for the mayor to take a stand and say no, and she chose not to, for lack of better words. So as far as hearing Charlotte,
and let's be clear, there's some members of city council who sharing who also sharing the blame of that as well. So
and especially here in Charlotte, I don't even feel like we can go and talk to the politicians here, because it's like they don't even. If you guys have watched some of the videos, the police chief as well as the mayor, the mayor spoke as if she didn't even know what was going on. The police chief, and I'm trying not to say their names, but the police chief, he constantly speaks of transparency, but we constantly don't get transparency. And it is painfully obvious in his voice that he does not care about the people that he is supposedly sworn to protect. His job is to protect those officers. And that is what I see every time I watch or hear a soundbite from him.
And look, and if nobody else is going to say it, it's incredibly frustrating that a black man was doing it.
There is a black man. Agreed.
Right.
And another big thing to me is this is what makes me upset. The news, the people at the Observer requested this video come out, and this goes into the transparency piece with the police department. They requested the full video come out.
Right.
They only released 3 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Where's the transparency in that?
Where's your transparency? Because there was a full 13 minutes of the video, 12, 13 minutes of the video. So this goes back to all the way to the Jonathan Ferrell situation.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You implemented the cops and barbers. You implemented these different programs within the community where you're speaking with the people. So for you to come back and not release the documents that the court requested, told you to release, you were supposed to release, it's setting you back. Like how am I as a citizen to trust you,
right,
to be transparent, right, when you don't release the full video?
And let me add to something you said about all these programs that they released to connect with the community. Me personally, I don't care for none of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want you coming in my neighborhood smiling at me each and every single day saying, hey, we are good people. And then on Tuesday you go out and kill someone unjustly, get paid administrative leave, and then get back pay when you come back. When I see this story on social media and I see so many people saying that these officers need training, they need to be taught de-escalation techniques. No, they don't need more training. They don't need this, because they have proven, like Jamal said, time after time again, they have proven a great level of restraint in different scenarios. And there's a situation in, I want to say May. This happened about 2 years ago. There was an armed white man with a gun, and there was a police officer who was a former Marine. and this armed white man, I don't think he had a gun, I think he had a knife, and he was charging the police officer, and he was saying that you're going to have to kill me. You're going to have to kill me. The police officer was backpedaling. He said, I don't want to shoot your brother. I don't want to kill you. He fell to the ground. I can't remember how the situation ended, but it was de-escalated. The guy went to jail. The officer didn't kill him, any of that good stuff. Now, unfortunately, that police officer actually got fired for not shooting that individual. So, another conversation. But in so many situations, police officers have shown the necessary restraint to take an armed individual alive. So when I hear that de-escalation technique and that additional training, that's BS. That's BS. And one last thing I kind of want to put out, I have friends who are cops. I have family who are in law enforcement. One thing that I have yet to see other officers calling out
Other officers.
these bad apples. And if you're an officer who does good, and there's some good cops out there, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, but you are not calling out your fellow brothers and sisters or boys or however you want to say that, you're just as complicit as far as I'm concerned. And I'm just frustrated.
And I got one more.
I'm just tired.
I got one more thing. Isn't North Carolina open carry?
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
It's an
That's
open
good to
carry.
know.
It's an open. Now, I don't even agree with open carry. I actually just took a gun class about a month ago, and the instructor went into great detail what it means to be an open. We need to get rid of it. Open carry literally means you go to the gun store and you buy you a gun. You have no gun training. Like,
Wow.
we need to get. There's no certification. None of that. You don't have to go to the gun range and learn how to shoot and handle your holster. Like, we need to get rid of open carry.
And look, I'll be very candid about this. This is not even the topic I want to spend a bunch of time on.
Yeah.
I'm so over it and so frustrated and so
It's depressing.
and so angry about it. The last thing I want to say about this is the same people who will wave the Constitution in your face and the right to bear arms, those will be the same people who will tell you, well, why do you have a gun? It holds no weight.
Yeah,
and I'm sick of it, man.
Yeah, I mean, and once again, I mean, we're beating a dead horse. We're all three African American men. We have somehow, some way figured out how to successfully navigate the.
Let me repeat, and I've had a gun pointed at me by the police
same.
before.
Yeah. So, congratulations on making it this far.
Right.
But I mean, it's like honestly, what do we do? I mean, do we jump into politics or
I mean,
do we become activists? Like, what do we
The
do?
only thing we could do is what we're doing now.
Talk about it and put
That's
it
it.
out there.
That's it.
And hope and influence the next generation.
Yeah.
Hoping there to change.